Okay, I'm going to respect everyone's time and we're going to go ahead and get started. I am super excited for this call because it is about something that I'm so passionate about, which is our ability to be and feel better and to achieve our better versions of ourselves because we have something that works naturally, natively in our bodies. And we have something that you're seeing happening right here, which is a community also that supports that. So I'm excited to introduce to you many people who are here to share their stories with you, tell you a little bit more about what ketones are, and to also talk about how you can get started with them and how you can continue with them. So I'm Christina Martinez Williams. I live in Fort Washington, Maryland. I am married and have two girls who are 6 and 8 years old. I am have been drinking ketones for 6 years. So when I started, people were asking me all the time if I was pregnant because I looked like I was. I was uncomfortable mentally and physically in my body. I was hiding from myself by not looking in the mirror anymore. And I hid in clothes too big for me and in photos by putting my daughters in front of me. And when I was with my girls during the day, I didn't have the energy and the focus and the mood really to be with them the way I wanted to be. And when they went to sleep at night, I didn't have enough to give left to me. I didn't have enough for myself. Since drinking ketones, I have dropped 34 pounds of fat, 10 to 12 pant sizes. I am also comfortable and confident in my body now. And now people ask me all the time if I work out all the time because I have gained lean and toned muscles. Through all of that, I've gained energy and focus and patience to be with my girls all day, to do 2 jobs from home, and then also to get stuff done in the evening and do more, contribute more, and be more of myself. So I'm really excited to pass the torch to multiple people to share their stories tonight. Ketones, I want to introduce them real quick first. So ketones are your body's natural and native fuel source. Your body can use 2 fuel sources. It can use glucose, carbs and sugars, or it can use ketones. It's going to use what's available to it, and it's always going to choose ketones if both are available. But the only way for you to have ketones available for use in your body is before Prove It, was to do a super strict keto diet or to fast for longer periods of time. That was the only way that you're going to get into ketosis. Now, because of Prove It's ketones, you're going to get into ketosis within an hour or within a minute. And from that, you get to benefit from better energy, focus, mood, sleep, easier fat loss, reduced cravings for carbs, better digestion, better muscle preservation, and better skin. All of that comes because your body has its fuel source that's most efficient, has its fuel source that's the cleanest, that sends the most oxygen and energy everywhere to your cells, and it makes it possible for your body to operate as it's supposed to when you have ketones. And this ketone is 100% bioidentical to the one that your liver makes, beta hydroxybutyrate. It also is 100% natural. It's made in a fermentation process, and we are covered by 19 patents that protect the formula, and those 17 and 19, and those are incredible because it means that your not only recognizes the ketones, but it also can use them 100%. It can absorb and use every single one of them, and it can do that in a way that is continues over time. It's a technology that your body makes more and more efficient over time. So I'm going to pause and pass the torch to Amy. And Amy, not Amy Dove. Amy, I'm looking for you. Come off mute and you can introduce yourself and tell us your story with ketones. I'm trying to see. Oh, I see you. Yes. Awesome.
I'm over here.
Yay, I see you.
Hi. Hi, good evening, everybody. My name is Amy Konzak. I have been drinking ketones for almost 3 years now. Before I discovered ketones, let me just say that I struggled with my weight my entire life. I mean, literally like since 4th grade. And with that, I have tried every single diet there is. I've tried Atkins, I've tried Slim Fast, I've tried Jenny Craig. If there was a diet out there, I've tried it. I tried and failed. And at that point, I had given up. I'd given up and I let myself go and let myself go. And the more I let myself go, the more sick I got, the more depressed I got, the more pain I was having, joint pain, and depression. I don't know if anybody who struggles from depression, but depression causes intense pain. So I wound up having to have my gallbladder out. And I remember going for my pre-op physical and looking at the number on the scale, and I felt sick. I thought, my God, how did I let it get this bad? So after my gallbladder surgery, I decided, okay, that's it. I've got to do something. My mom was 65 and died from heart disease, and I did not want to follow in her footsteps. So I started out with keto. A month after I started doing keto, I stumbled across Christina's brother's page, the Keto Dad, and started hearing about ketones. I'm like, what in the heck is this all about? So I started listening to his live, and I texted him and said that I was interested. He sent me a link, and I watched the 5-minute video. And the more I thought about it, being as I'm in healthcare, the more I thought about it, the more I made sense. It made so much sense. And I thought, you know what? Yeah, those carb cravings, they give you a little bit of a boost for a little while, and then you have to have more of it to boost yourself again, and more carbs to boost, and more carbs to boost. And that turns into sugar as soon as it gets into your system. And then your glucose goes up. And then, I mean, it's like a domino effect. You just become unhealthy. It's just everything, one thing back to another. So I started drinking ketones, and the first reboot was coming up literally like a week after I started drinking ketones, and I bought the kit. I jumped in with both feet. To date, I've lost 146 pounds. I went from a size 26, 28 down to a size 16. I could usually get into a 14 in some brands, but yeah, from a 26, 28 to a size 14, 16. I don't have joint pain anymore. I have energy to be present with my kids. I'm not depressed anymore. I reversed my pre-diabetes. I'm off all of my medications, and I have never felt so much joy for life. And it's all because of this.
Wow. Wow. Thank you, Amy. Everyone give Amy an amazing, like, jazz hands, applaud, whatever, high five, because that is an incredible story, not only of what ketones are doing in her body, but what she's chosen to do and taken action on for herself. So Amy, thank you for being here. I'm really excited about this call because I have had the privilege of being and the honor of being in presence of all of the people that are sharing tonight, and have met them in person. And none of these people I had never met prior to this opportunity. And so I'm really excited because I actually have seen and hugged and know these people, and their stories are incredibly powerful and continue to unfold and unfold and unfold over time. And I continue to see Amy hold up those jeans, but also like see her body shrink over time, which is absolutely incredible. Thank you, Amy. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. That is incredible. Thank you, Amy, again. So ketones, you heard a lot in her story, and we don't make any medical claims as a company. However, we know that anyone with medical conditions or with things that are going on medically that are challenged have challenges around their energy, around their focus, around their mood, around how they sleep, around how they have cravings for carbs. All of those things are things that ketones do help with, and there's no contraindications with medications and ketones. So it is so exciting for anyone with a medical condition or not. We all know that these benefits are things that we need to feel better. And you heard in her story I heard this piece of shift from no hope to hope. And this shift from nothing works to, oh my gosh, I'm working, my body's working, and I can live my best, fullest life. That is exciting to me. And I watch that change in people's eyes, and I watch that change in how they carry themselves. And then the fat loss that you heard that she has maintained is such a big benefit, but it's something that comes with all of this overall health that gets to shift. All right. So I'm going to pass the mic now to Pat, who is here to share with you his story.
Hey, everyone. Am I coming over?
Yes, you are.
My name is Pat Beasley. I'm from Union, Kentucky. Actually, my wife, Jamie, started about a week before I did. And there'll be a time for her to share her story at some point in the future. But yeah, that inspired me to actually try it. And I felt a huge impact as soon as I tried it. So before drinking ketones, I guess the easiest, simplest way I could say it is food, one, had control of my life. It literally controlled things that I did during the day. I had issues with focus, really with getting things done that I wanted to get done throughout the day. Even coming close to getting things done that I wanted to get done. And then energy. So I had almost zero energy to actually get up and exercise, even though I knew I should. And then I just completely rationalized, why I didn't have energy. Oh, I've been working too many hours. It's this, it's that. But yeah, I got so bad with lack of control over my food that I'd come home, immediately take a beeline to the pantry, open it up, and have that conversation in my head. Should I eat? Should I not eat? I know logically I shouldn't. I know logically what it would do, but emotion was driving my action. So basically, I felt like I wanted to eat, so I ate. And even times where, I felt that if I ate this bag of chips and no one was looking, somehow it would impact me less, right? So that was before ketones. And what that resulted in, was I had year over year, my annual physical results. I just stayed in the morbid obesity category, So that was the gut check. Like, man, I'm morbidly obese. I don't feel morbidly obese, right? So I started drinking ketones, and all of a sudden, when I came home, going into the pantry wasn't on my mind.
Mm.
So it wasn't a struggle conversation. It just naturally did not come in my mind like it used to. So I started eating less. For example, today, we had pizza today, but I probably ate about 60% of what I used to eat. And I naturally feel great. All of a sudden I could prioritize what I needed to do during the day, and I got more stuff done. And then with my energy, I'd go on, start going on jogs. And after ketones, I stopped my runs because I had to go to work, even though I had like 3 or 4 miles like left in me. But yeah, so since then I've lost, I went from a 44 to like a 36, 38, depending on. So I barely fit in these before.
Wow.
So these are barely fit in these before. I was going to get rid of these, but it's a good reminder. So yeah, ketones has a lot of benefits. Each one of us is unique, and it spoke to me with my focus, my energy, and just natural control over what I ate now. So I'm loving it. Never going back, only going forward.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Pat. I love your story too, because I love that this fuel source, we call it a technology because it's not just a product. This is something that's native and natural to your body. So your body as a human knows how to use it. And I love that it doesn't discriminate if we're man, woman, any age, any race, anything. We can use ketones, and we can benefit from ketones because our bodies know exactly how to use it. And everyone's body is different, like Pat said. And so everyone's body is going to use it in the way that it needs it the most. And if that means that you are someone who is slim and trim and you need it to have the most energy and focus in your brain and your muscles, it will do that. And if you're someone who does have some fat to lose and does have some appetite control to gain, it's going to help you with that. And it's going to help you with all the other things over time. These benefits just unfold as we go because it's a technology that doesn't change. It's the same ketones, same exact ketones, but it changes as your body changes and as your body needs and uses it more, which is so exciting because it means that we can maintain health. And we learned recently in a Keto Academy, one of our layered learning programs with doctors and scientists, we learned about health span versus lifespan, and that we want to live lives that have long-term health and then we die versus short-term, where we go and then we start declining and then just need more and more care and then die. I know I want to live, my family has longevity in their genes, like 100. I want to live to that space, but at my best and at whatever means that best for me at that age. And I know that that's something, the quality of life is something that ketones can help us get. and so many benefits that are just the research is blossoming around. Pat mentioned a lot. I love his story because he really honed in on what it looks like for our brains to be functioning on glucose and versus ketones, and how that affects what our weight is or what our fat quantity is. And often I came into this conversation for fat loss as well. That was my focus. And now it's really not about the fat loss, but that's how I came in. And so this is not a weight loss product. Weight loss is something you've seen in the chat. You've heard already from 2 people how fat loss happens, even how weight loss happens, but that's something that happens over time. It's a secondary benefit. And it's something that happens because actually, I think if you think about Pat's story, he explained it perfectly through his story of why you lose fat over time. You have reduced cravings for carbs, you can move your body more, you're getting better sleep, and you have the ability to say no or reduce the quantity that you're consuming. And now you get to preserve your muscles and move and add more muscles, which burns fat too. So all of that makes it for better long-term. All right, so you have heard the benefits, you have heard what these do in your body, what they're about. If you have comments, drop them in or questions, drop them in the chat and someone might respond to them, or I will try to look at them as well, or you can reach back to the person as well that invited you here. But I wanted to talk about the ways you can get started with us drinking ketones if you're not drinking them yet. So you might have heard this. I was a skeptical person for 9 months before I said yes to ketones. And I even saw my brother and my parents experiencing the benefits, and I still said no. It took me some time to say yes to myself and to the changes. But once I did, I decided to start with a trial pack. Actually, I was kind of not forced into it, but they said, here, you're at my house, you're going to drink this. So there, you might be someone who just wants to start slow, and you might want to start with a 5 or 10-day trial, or with our 10-day challenge, or one of our bundles that come with electrolytes. When you're in ketosis, you don't retain water and electrolytes, so it's important to replace those. That's part of our bundle, and they're amazing. When you start that way, you're an amazing person. And if you're not ready yet, that's also amazing. We're still going to love you. Maybe you're someone, as you've heard of all the 2 stories and my story that you've heard so far, you've thought of different people in your life and yourself who need this and who you want to share this with. And you might be someone who's heard a couple people and you want to get your ketones for free. We have a free ketone opportunity for customers and for promoters both. So when you share ketones with other people, even as a customer, and you have 2 people who order on a monthly basis, you get Prove-It-Bucks to pay for your Smart Ship, which is your monthly order, and you get to get the possibility of getting all your ketones for free, and you get to pay just the shipping and the tax. So if you're already earning free ketones, put in the chat free tones and how many months, if you know that you've been earning your ketones for free. It's an amazing benefit that the company provides and makes it possible for lots and lots and even more people to have this amazing fuel source for their bodies. Now, maybe you've also heard more in your mind. You've gone off more than 2 names in your mind of people who need this. And you might be looking for an opportunity where you can share this, earn free ketones, but also earn some more, have some fun, be a part of a community, and share this with more people and get compensated for it. So that's also an opportunity. We're going to shift for a few minutes to talk about this opportunity to share ketones, because a lot of people that you have heard, all the people that you've heard from, and then also a lot of people on the screen are people who are sharing ketones with others and helping other people feel better and themselves as well. So I'm going to pass the mic now to Amy Dove, and she's going to share her story about sharing ketones, about this opportunity that we have to become a promoter with us. Thanks, Amy.
Hey, everybody. So my name is Amy Dove, and I am from Jackson, Tennessee. I guess you can hear me all right, Christina. Give me a thumbs up. So I'm from Jackson, Tennessee. I've been drinking ketones since 2018, and my entire life has changed from this one simple product, but even more than that, this company Prove-It. I am someone who started the ketones and fell in love instantly. And not all of my customers do that, but someone is drinking ketones, and guess what? They heard about it from people like me. someone who started drinking ketones. They loved the benefits. They felt the energy. They had the fat loss, and we're excited. So we share that with our friends. So I was presented with the opportunity to make a choice. I could be a customer, a Smart Ship customer, drinking my ketones for free because I already had 2 people in my back pocket that I knew would love these and benefit, or I could be a promoter. And I talked to my husband and I'm like, you know what? I don't need another job. I don't want another job. We got enough going on in our life, but I'm going to drink these for free. So, I mean, if I have $200 in my pocket, that'd be pretty nice just to have $200 a month in my pocket. So I did share ketones with the 2 people in my pocket. And then they saw how amazing this was. And my other family members and friends saw how amazing I felt. They saw the change in my size from all the fat loss and started asking questions. So I was like, well, okay, well, let's do this. Let's start this. And I just simply started sharing how I feel with friends and with family and even strangers on Facebook. And next thing you know it, I'm talking to my husband about going out to dinner, and I've got a little side cash pocket drawer in my work drawer at work. And I'm like pulling out dinner money and pulling out, camping money and trip money. I'm like, what in the world? My bank account is growing and I don't make money. I spend money. So I'm telling my husband, like, this is awesome. I was someone who did not sign up to be a promoter to start a business. I just wanted to share with a few friends and make a couple of $100, but things change. And now I'm selling ketones to the mass number of people that will listen to me talk because this works. It's something that completely changed my life, my family's life, our financial future. And, I went from making that couple of $100 to, wow, what the heck? And it feels great to be compensated for something that is truly changing people. And like Christina said about Amy earlier, I was crying immediately, Amy. Thank you for that. This is what I'm in this business for, to see those changes and to get those goosebumps every time somebody calls with tears in their eyes or the change in their life. And guys, the thing about this community that I love most, anybody can sell products. And there's lots of products out there. This company is what makes the difference. Prove It is an amazing community that I'm so blessed to be a part of. Not only have they helped change my own personal life and my own personal issues with food and energy and all the things, but they also have put into me as a person. Like, I have got the best training on how to be the best person that I can possibly be for myself and my family and my kids and my coworkers. And because of this company pouring into me, I'm able to pour into others. So if you've thought about starting a small business or even a primary business on the side or as your primary goal, Prove It is it. I'm telling you, you will not be disappointed at the community that surrounds you, that pours into you, that loves you, that cheers you on. I mean, I get goosebumps. I'm getting goosebumps now. Like, I'm so excited to be a part of this. And thank you, Christina, for inviting me to talk.
Yeah, you're welcome. And I am Amy. So I have now, maybe this year, I've gotten to be at events with Amy several times, and it has been just a blessing because I'm sure that I'm not alone in feeling that I can feel her heart through the screen. And that is something that I feel like we all get to bring to this, that we get to bring our hearts to not only help ourselves be better, but also help other people be better. And Amy said a couple of things that I wanted to hone in on. So do you have to have any skills to do this and share? No, you don't. You heard that she didn't start this to start a business. She didn't start this with all the knowledge in the world about ketones. She just started and she started sharing, and then it started growing over time. I also heard Amy talk about how I get the question a lot. I don't have any time. I have a full-time job and I don't have any time. Amy, can you briefly just talk about that? What your time looks like?
Sure. Well, in the beginning, I took everyone's advice and I worked in the nooks and crannies of my day. I have a full-time job. I actually have 2 full-time jobs now, but when I first started, it was in the nooks and crannies. So I'd wake up in the morning and I would talk about how great I feel. And then in the afternoons, I would take a brief minute to answer questions from my friends or to send a quick text message to somebody I haven't talked to in a long time to explain how different my life is, show before and after pictures to my friends and family. And then at nighttime, I would just, like I said, nooks and crannies whenever I had a chance. Now that I love what I do and I love helping other people, I put as much time as I humanly possibly can into it. But that's because I want to, not because I'm forced to or asked to. Another thing I love about this company, Christine, I have to plug this, is I've never once gotten a message from anybody saying, Amy, you haven't met your goals, or Amy, you're not talking to enough people. Never, ever have I gotten that text message or that call. It's all about, Amy, how are you feeling today? And can you get plugged in here to help us, help someone else feel better? And I love that.
Awesome. Thank you, Amy. So this is what you want it to be. Amy's goals have shifted and changed over time. She started out just wanting free ketones and helping a couple people and maybe an extra $200. And her goals continued to grow and change as she grew and changed. And as her involvement changed, as well as she helped even more people. So we are compensated here by the number of people that we get to help. If you're helping a lot of people, you're compensated a lot. If you're not helping a lot of people, you're compensated a little bit. You're still getting a lot back. The fulfillment that you get back is huge. I'm going to pass the mic lastly to Aisha, who's going to share her experience as a promoter. And she has been here a long time, longer than anyone else that has shared tonight. So I'm really excited for her to share.
Hi, Christina. Thank you for the invite. I'm happy to be here. I have been sharing ketones for almost 7 years, and it has been one of the most amazing journeys I have ever been on, other than Cancun just about 3-4 days ago, which was absolutely amazing. And that was a trip that I actually earned sharing ketones from Prove It. So when I decided to jump into this business, I am a full-time realtor at Coldwell Banker in Minot, North Dakota. And as you know, in real estate, it's up and down, up and down, up and down. So I decided to do this simply because I was tired of the downs. When the market is down, your paychecks virtually diminish to practically zero. So tired of those zero moments, I decided to talk about how wonderful the ketones are, how wonderful the product is, how amazing the business is. And it was literally life-changing as far as when I don't get a commission check, I still get a Prove It check. If I don't get a Prove It check, I'm getting a commission check. So I kind of intertwined them for years that way, but now Prove It is so steady for me. I could let go of that full-time real estate job, but I love them both. So I choose to hang on to both. Cancun, absolutely life-changing experience that I just got back from. And you want to talk about a beautiful group of people with beautiful hearts and beautiful minds to hang out with. It's life-changing in itself. Wow. Did you have any questions for me?
I did. It came into my head and it left. So it's gonna come back. One thing I love is that Aisha works this in different ways. Everyone shares ketones in different ways. So we are not saying if you join us that you need to share ketones by having a social media presence or by building a social media presence or by doing everything in person at booths. So Aisha shares a lot of her ketones in booths and in vendor events, and Amy shares a lot of ketones online and through social media. Everyone chooses multiple different things, and we all probably do those in different ways, as well as in different spaces and different quantities in those spaces. But the beauty is that it doesn't matter where you are. You just need to show up, start a conversation, and talk to people. Hear what people are needing in their lives and offer a solution. This is something that we're not necessarily, yes, we're selling ketones, but we're selling results. We're selling hope for something better and something that actually works because it's native to humans. It's native to our bodies. And we're also inviting you to be a part of a community that is absolutely beautiful. And I am someone who really loves community, but I was really skeptical about the community until I experienced it on a large scale. And when I saw and experienced that people who come together seeking their better And in the midst of that messy process, messy often meaning tears streaming down my face and me looking to my left and right and seeing tears streaming down faces, that we're in this space where we realize that we all struggle with similar challenges in life. Those have different aspects and they come out in different ways and different traumas and everything else. However, when we get to come together and support someone we've never met and to connect across those differences that exist, we have an amazing opportunity to build a community that we don't see very often outside in the world. And that really excites me. And I think Aisha and Amy have experienced that themselves and have seen that and have spoken to that, as well as I think everyone who's shared tonight would be able to speak to that. So thank you, Aisha. I did have a question, but it didn't come back up. So I will tell you if it comes as I continue to close out the call, but I want to respect everyone's time. Thank you, Aisha. Thank you, Amy. Thank you, Pat. Thank you, other Amy, as well, for being here, for being present, showing up for yourself, showing up for other people, inspiring people to be their best versions of themselves. That's actually what Prove It's mission is, which is absolutely amazing that we have a company that is what we're here for. And we have a product that supports that and a community that comes alongside you to help you achieve that, but then also inspire other people to do the same and create this movement of better that creates a ripple impact over time, that you get to have the impact on people's lives that you've never met, as well as people that are directly in front of you in multiple timelines. That doesn't happen in lots of spaces. And it's something that brings me a lot of joy and fulfillment, and it gives me the ability and opportunity to use the strengths that everyone has their own strengths, and we get to use those in the ways that make sense for you. So you get to get in where you fit in here, and you get to utilize you. We want you. We don't want Amy as another Amy Dove. We want you as you, and that's the opportunity that we have here. So there's multiple ways for you to get started as a promoter with us. We have a $1 Keto Club that's going on, and it is an ability to get a promoter membership for the year for only $1 when you order one of our promoter packs or one of our bundles, the better or the best bundle. And you can reach out to the person that invited you to this call to explain more exactly about what those are. But this is an opportunity that I'm completely different. I am not the same Christina Martinez Williams that I was when I started, and I'm a much better version of myself, and I love myself better in the process. So I'm someone who now believes in the amazing that I have, just as I believe in the greatness that all of you have and bring to the table, and we get to do that together. So thank you for being here tonight. Thank you for showing up for yourself, even just by listening, and reach back out to the person who invited you here and tell them what kind of person you are. What are you looking for? What's going to make your life tomorrow better? What, if any of these benefits showed up, why would it make tomorrow better? What would change? What would change if you felt more energy, felt more focused, had a better mood, had the ability to say no to food that you want to say no to, have the ability to move your body in a different and better way? What would change? And also what would change if you could change other people's lives and do that on the side or full-time or part-time, whatever of that. So reach back out to the person that invited you here. Thank you for being present. Thanks for investing your time in us. We as a community are blessed by your presence and are better as we're all better together anyways. So thank you for being here. Thank you for all of you sharing, and we're out. Have a good night. Bye.